Hi there, I'm Phil Bird. Troubadour's Garden were invited by Sarah and Chris to play in their beautiful valley that is home to the Reba Rocks Eco Arts Festival in 2014 and 15. As much of our songwriting explores ecological, folkloric and mythic spiritual themes, we were pleased to listen to speakers at a seminar in the marvellous and shady teepee at the festival, talking about the history and the struggles of the Catalonian people, and to hear the work of some of the poets who have contributed to the continuing renaissance of Catalan culture. It was humbling to realise that these beautiful, wild and peaceful hills were once the scene of such dreadful human suffering and massive loss of life during the Hundred-Day Battle and the Civil War in the last century. Anna and I had wandered along some of the beautiful rugged old trails and forgotten olive groves, drenched in the heat of early September days. Occasionally coming across the ruins of abandoned fincas, some still containing the furniture and debris of those who farmed and shepherded there. Of lives long gone, a landscape both rich and haunting. The hills are abundant with wild rosemary, juniper and pine, and there is a sense that these rocky valleys still hold the whispering of ghosts and the memories of those departed folk, witness to the passing of so many years. Sensing our interest in the wild terrain, our friend Joseph, who has contributed so much to the ethos of the festival, offered to take us deeper into the history of this part of Catalonia, by taking us to see some of the remaining archaeology of the once thriving and lucrative juniper industry that flourished in these hills. One sultry and mellow evening he drove us higher and higher into the hills along winding precarious mountain roads, above the massive slow deep Ebro and the hydroelectric reservoir that has consumed the whole valley, with the spire of its sunken church still visible and its villages hidden beneath the waters. We eventually stopped near a bend in the road, and Joseph led us down a rocky gully past conifer shrubs, rocky outcrops and stems of wild fennel, until we came to what appeared to be a crumbling earthen mound. We climbed to the top, and he explained that this was once one of the juniper ovens and had recently been rediscovered. On reaching the top, we peered down into a circular hole. Deep inside, a large solitary bat was flitting around in the dark interior. Joseph explained that the oven was in fact a double conic brick structure for extracting juniper oil. Into one of the aromatic branches were stacked and separated from the fire that was prepared in the second cone to eat and extract the precious juniper oil, which flowed down gullies to be stored in containers. The healing properties of the oil were used as a medicinal ointment for the hooves of animals. In the 18th, 19th and early 20th century, mule convoys, often with armed guards to protect from banditry, would process over the hazardous mountain trails to destinations over the Pyrenees to trade the oil. We climbed down to the base of the structure and squeezed on our hands and knees through a small opening and experienced the dusty, claustrophobic space between the two walls and peered into the inner cone. The scale of these ovens is massive, and it's incredible that they were built and worked so high up on the steep, hazardous slopes of these hills. Here the three of us stood where a whole lost industry thrived in the midst of what seemed to us to be the abandoned wilderness. It was a powerful experience. We've already written one song, Hobo Shoes, inspired by Rio de Ebra, with its catfish kings, rocky trails and red dragonflies, wild rosemary and juniper. And here where we live on the edge of Dartmoor, in rural Devon, we've written of the tinners who mine the moor, and of the salmon that still travel here to spawn. And who knows, maybe there will be another song connecting to a theme of Catalonia and juniper, and the folk who once thrived and worked in these hills, that still so mysteriously are imprinted with their presence. So thank you, Joseph, for your kindness in showing us a little of the hidden history of Catalonia. And now I'll sing for you Hobo Shoes. red dragonfly, you found your way where catfish kings rise on Ebro deep this heat-soaked day. Up rocky trails you came to me to rest your fine wings of glass in glades of wild, wild juniper and rosemary. Now the ridge-top moon was on the rise when a fledgling hawk fell under thunder skies. I heard her call in vain for her distant empty mother. I felt that small heat fade from my hand, just fallen feathers in another land. Ah, but they love that air as can no other. I will walk with the dust Catalonia in my old canvas hobo shoes. Canvas hobo shoes. Now there's a woman filled with stars, well I know her name. Crazy talking with her friends at Potter's Bar. She is the keeper of my flame. And I drink down this 5 cup of liquid night, with my eyes will dance the trance, and in the morrow to my comrades say our brave goodbyes, but my heart will ride out of here with sorrow. I will walk with the dust of Catalonia in my old canvas hobo shoes. Canvas hobo shoes. We got friends down south, hope we get to see them again one day, where the snowfields shine bright upon the high Sierras. And we'll drink red wine and break our bread at the Easter parade, watch Black Maria and her bearers. I will walk where the mule trains brave the bandit trails, cargo heavy on the Pyrenees' high wild way, back in the days of the juniper trade. And I will walk where the dust of Catalonia remote, canvas hobo shoes, canvas hobo shoes.